All right, here we go. We have how many gallons will of fuel will be contained in a rectangular shaped tank which measures 1 foot in width, 5 feet in length, and 2 feet 3 inches in depth. So it doesn't really matter which is one we assign to which picture here. This isn't drawn to scale or anything like that. But what it wants is in gallons, how much gallons. So in case we don't ever think about it, what is the unit of gallon? Is it a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional unit? 1D, 2D, or 3D? It's a volume, right? Whenever we're filling up our car or truck with fuel, we're not thinking, hey, I'm pumping in so many volume here. But that's what a gallon is. You can have a gallon of milk, you can have a gallon of gas, but it's just the same volume. All right, regardless of that, so what we need to do is find the volume of this tank, and it gives it to the units that we have right now are feet, and it gives us a conversion, so we're going to have to stay in feet, right? Because it's saying 1 cubic foot equals 7.5 gallons. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. The only issue here, the tricky part, is this 3 inch. All right, so again, just like previous videos or videos that are coming up, to find the volume of any three-dimensional shape, we can just find the area of one of the sides, if it's like a three-dimensional solid, like this, I guess prism type solid. But we would find the area of the front, which would be here. We just multiply 2 feet 3 inches times 5 feet times the depth, whatever we're going to call the depth, times 1, and that would be our volume of this tank. But all right, so at the end of the day, we do know the volume of a rectangular solid is length times width times height. So with that being said, I just need to plug this into my calculator. So I'd have 1 times 5 times 2. So here's the tricky part. How do I put this in my calculator? Well, I'm going to use the mixed fraction button on my TI-36X Pro. That's above it's this hit second 7. So when I hit second and 7, this is going to pop onto the screen. And whenever I do that, I'm going to put 2 feet here, and I'm going to scroll, use the arrow button, hit over, and go to the top, and then it'll put in a 3. The only tricky part is what goes in the denominator. So what is a fraction? Essentially, it's part of a whole, right? So if I have half, I have to tell you what I have half of. I have half of a pizza, right? Then I would have this half of a pizza. If I had half of an inch, well, then I'd have part of an inch. Here's 1 inch, and I'd have half of it, right? So I do need to know what part or what I'm dealing with, but what is an inch? It's part of a what? A foot, right? So how many inches are in one whole foot? It will be 12. So 12 is going to go down here. Again, if I just wanted to convert it normally, like we've done before, I do 3 inches, put it over 1, use my conversion factor of 1 foot equals 12 inches. So 12 inches goes on the bottom, 1 foot goes on the top. Inches cancel, and at the end of the day, yes, I'm just dividing 3 by 12. Perfect. So put that in the calculator. What's going to come out is the volume is going to be equal to 45 over 4. Well, that's not what we want. So what we need to do is convert this fraction to decimal by using the fraction to decimal button that's directly above the enter key, and hit that. And what's going to come out is going to be 11.25 feet, and this is a volume, so it's cubed, feet cubed. Okay, well, it doesn't want the volume in feet. It wants to know how many gallons this is, so we need to do another conversion. Put this over 1. So I have to pick which one of these two items goes on the bottom. Well, if I want to get rid of the cubic feet, and that's on the top, I need to put 1 foot cubed on the bottom, because that's what cubic feet are, and then 7.5 gallons on the top. Cubic feet cancel. I'm left with 11.25 times 7.5, and that comes out to 84.375, and the only unit left is gallons.